Sir, in the last video, we were talking about which all funds people need to invest in. You talked about NFO, that we should not invest in NFO. As a beginner, I do not know what is NFO and why we should not invest on it.
Very valid question, very good question. NFO stands for New Fund Offer. So what happens is that sometimes a new fund house comes out. So like just now, one oak, some white oak or something have come out. So it started with one fund. So this fund they keep open for a period of 10 to 15 days and they collect money. And when that period closes, that time they use that money to buy whatever purpose they had taken out the NFO for. And then it is called that particular mutual fund, which is open for continuous purchase and sale. So now what happens is when it is collecting money from different people, it incurs some expenses as a new fund that is up to 5%. Now this 5% has to be paid from the initial investors who have invested in it, not the people who will invest afterwards. Another thing is that people confuse NFO with IPO of companies. IPO, you must be knowing, initial public offer.
Right, sir.
That everybody knows. Now what happens is that at an established company, a running business, when it wants to monetize its business, it wants to collect money, so it says, I am giving out so many shares of my company to people. The face value is 10 rupees, but I am giving it a premium of 490. That means I am giving my share at 500 rupees. So it collects 490 and the promoter keeps it with himself. That is his incentive of starting a business and running it for so many years and bringing it this level. But when you are getting a share, you're getting a company which has a running business, a revenue stream and profit and tax which it is paying to the company. But in an NFO, it is not like that. In an NFO, he is keeping a minimum ticket size of 5,000 rupees and is giving you one unit at 10 rupees. But it is not necessary that when he will open this NFO after 15 days to public, it will be valued at 10. It is possible it will be 9.7. It will be 9.4. And this is because of a reason. Because when he has opened it for public now, he is not really having anything. He has not bought any shares. He has not invested it anywhere. It is just in the air. He has money. Now, this NFO, unfortunately, what happens? Most of the NFOs come in the bull period. Bull means when the market is all-time high. So that means when he will use this money, he will buy the stocks at all-time high. So you are not really at a benefit in the short term or medium term. So that is why, if for any particular category, let's say flexi cap, and some company has launched a flexi cap fund, you should not really go for it. If it already exists in the market, you see how many companies have it. Out of this, how many companies have it for more than 10 years? And what is the asset under management? And out of this, how many have been steady? Means they may not have been number one, but if they have been 5 to 13, or they have managed to stay in the top 25% of the top quartile, we call quarter and quartile. So if they manage to stay in that, it is good. You can invest in that. So even for an existing fund, if the NAV is 50 rupees, it is better to buy a fund which is having NAV of 50 rather than buy a new fund which is having a NAV of 10. Because for 50, he has some assets, he has some companies under it. Whereas a person who is giving it for 10 rupees has nothing. So in this 10 and 50 have no meaning. The meaning is that how much have you invested and is it a good fund or not. So that is what NFO is. That is why I always insist without rule, even in the book, if people have been able to get their hands on the book, the first rule of investing, the 8th chapter is Golden Rules of Investing. The first thing is no NFO. First rule.
No NFO.
No NFO.
Okay, with this we'll end this session and start with another important topic. Thank you very much. Jai Mata Di.